And it was actually the first time I performed Mumma Gave Me. And my mum was there. And mind you, my mum doesn't come to gigs.
No.
There is a reason. And I'm
It's
going to
so funny.
leave it at that, because there are people who might watch this video.
What is going on? Welcome to Ruu S Room. We're getting into the nitty gritty of the artists and creatives in the Australian scene. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid. We are at Offbeat Collective, as you've seen in the past couple episodes, but I think it's remiss that I start mentioning it from now on. And I am here with Annelise. She is an Italian-Australian R&B artist from Western Sydney, a part of the Campbelltown Arts Centre's Conscious program alongside Zion Garcia, Gemma Navarrete, and myself.
Yeah.
And her latest song, Mumma Gave Me, is out right now. Annelise, how are you doing? Like, for real, how are you doing?
It's been an absolute whirlwind, but I'm actually doing really good. To have a song released after 3 years,
Yes.
it's such an amazing feeling, and hopefully everyone watching this video has listened to my song already and saved it to your streaming platforms, because
Yes.
your girls released some songs anyway. But no, we are good. Even though like life's been lifing, we are doing phenomenal.
Nah, for sure. We gotta, keep positive. And again, new song out. Like you said, it's been 3 years.
It has.
Super personal one.
Yeah.
Tell us. This is obviously not the theme of the interview. It's not where we focus on. But just to get it out the way, tell us about the song real quick. Quick rundown, blurb about it, and yeah, what it means to you. Obviously, it's called Mumma Gave Me, so I think that gives a little context to what it might be about.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of how like Billie Eilish's what's that song? What Was I Made For? Was like Barbie's heart song. This song is kind of like my heart song. When I write music, I write songs that uplift and inspire me and make me feel like I can like punch something, or like feel like super confident and like I can do anything. I can take over the world and blah 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 blah. And I want my music to do the same for other people. And the main reason that I am the way I am is because of my mum. And she's given me love, she's given me confidence, and she's given me big energy. If you've listened to the song, you'll know that they are the lyrics. But I digress. So I just, out of this whole, I guess, 3 years of doing me and trying to work out what I wanted to say as an artist, it's definitely having my mum as someone that inspires me and is, again, such a big inspiration to everything that I've done in life. I just couldn't not write a song for her.
For sure. Shout out to your mum. Best lasagna in the game.
That is straight facts. Ask anyone in the scene that has come over to my house. Not a lot of people, but if you are wanting to have some of Mama Vanessa's lasagna, please hit me up in my DMs. I'm more than happy. At annelise.muso. We'll just insert that here. I'm joking, we're not. We can just message me, and I'm more than happy to organise that for you.
For sure. Verified. Anyway, make sure you go check that out, but not until you finish watching the rest of this interview. Like I said, we get into the nitty gritty here, and how we met. I think you're the most OG person I've had on Ruu S Room so far. Sure. We met in 2016, 17. We both used to be in a cover band called The Suits. Yeah. Myself first, because they had members of my old high school. And then we lost our lead singer, and Annelise was brought in to replace that role as the female lead singer. And just from there, we bonded over R&B and hip-hop and stuff like that, and then pretty much become an unstoppable force at the front of the stage. And pretty much from there, we were in the DM season together.
Yeah, shout out to the DM season. Yeah. That should have continued after COVID, but it didn't. But that's okay. We're not going to talk about that here.
For sure.
Good vibes only.
And then you pretty much went on, did your solo stuff. I went off. I went to America, and then that was before DM season. But anyway, either way, it all kind of culminates, and I started doing my Jono stuff and the Culture Black Kid stuff, and you put out a couple songs, but then, like you said, you dropped off for a few years, and now you're back, and you've been super active in the scene. So yeah, it's been a hell of a journey.
It has. It's
Yeah.
been a wild ride, which I've absolutely loved. Because I definitely, in that 3 years, I think it was, my last single was Queen back in April 2021. And then I kind of just, I don't know, like, I don't know if it was I lost passion or the discipline, or I don't know what it was. I just kind of wasn't myself. And I think that was happened to a lot of people after COVID. And I guess we all kind of dealt with it differently. I just needed to step away and be like, well, if music is what I'm supposed to be doing, and what I'm meant to be, if it's what I'm meant to be and who am I supposed to be, wow, love my English, then it's going to come back to me. And then I think it was 2 years into this hiatus, no posts on any form of my artist social media at all. I definitely felt really lost, and I wasn't sure like who I was. I kind of definitely lost my identity without music. And so then coming back, I've just been in the studio like for the last like 12 months really, just getting to know more people, more producers, working with different people, and really trying to push myself outside my comfort zone, especially with my writing and that kind of stuff. I mean, I was definitely blessed to be part of the Conscious cohort this time round. I wasn't expecting that at all. I went to Conscious Connects. It was just like a networking day. And shout out Fresh Line. He was like, oh, your questions were super cool. Like, I just wanted to nitpick your brain. I was like, oh, wow, that's so random. Like, it's funny how, like, you go to one like event and it can potentially open a door for you that you didn't really expect.
1000%.
But yeah, it's definitely been a journey, but I'm glad that I'm back and doing what I love. I feel like music is my open diary, because I don't journal, and I should. But I feel like music is a bit of my outlet, a bit of my escapism in that point. It gets any angst and anger out, which if you do listen to my music that will be coming out, or that is out and coming out in the future, you'll probably hear that angst.
No, for sure. And people go through seasons, and again, COVID was such a weird time, so it's a natural circumstance to drop off for a bit, but also just knowing you and some things in personal life, it kind of made sense why you felt so, like, you felt into the background. But then as some of those things started to clear up, and some of the weight off your shoulder dropped off, that you're like, all right, the confidence is starting to come back, and you're like, all right, you know what, it's a new season, it's a new start, and it's time to kill it. And you have been killing it, and I'm super proud of you for the journey that you have gone on to now be working with some of the people that you are, who are some of the best artists, producers, artists in the game right now. And again, the song Mumma Gave Me, it's my personal favorite that you put out so far, not including what me and you worked on at the start in her bedroom, and it took
my goodness,
50 takes
my gosh, yeah. Blind was wild. For all the OGs, or even if you want to listen to some OG bedroom jams, Blind, we recorded that 50 takes. And then I remember after that session, I said to you, I was like, you're going to hate me, but I want to redo the whole thing again. And
I was like, bet, let me get my little Rode USB mic and trek it out to wherever you were living at the time. I was in Wisdom Hills at the time. I was in the Hills area then, but oh, goodness me, that was a wild time. No, for sure. And now we share the studio together.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Dope. It's been dope to see. It's been dope to see. Thank you. All right, like I said, nitty gritty. Let's get into the crux. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this interview. And my first question to you is, what percentage of yourself do you think your inner circle really knows about you?
It depends. Because it's so funny, because I'm an eldest child, right? And as an eldest child, I feel like I don't say a lot of things, or I don't give a lot away. Only because I don't want to feel like a burden to people.
Yep.
But there's definitely, like, I think maybe different people know different things about me. Like, I just have to say, shout out to Sheltamika, because we were at my music video shoot, which is coming out 2 weeks from now. And we were filming a scene where the director created, like, this museum of my life with pictures of me and my mum when we were younger. And I was looking through this photo album and I was totally like trying to not cry throughout this whole, like the tears were coming, but I had done like this fire makeup and I didn't want to cry on camera. And she turned around and she was like, were you crying through that? And she just like could feel like
The energy.
feel the fact that I was crying. And like, I feel like it depends on who it is. I feel like people probably know 50% my inner circle people, or maybe there's some people that might know a bit less. I don't know, really. It just depends. Because like there's a lot of stuff that I do like just keep
to yourself.
In the vault because I don't want to like things that happened in the past too. I'm just like, you know,
for sure.
I'd like to keep it in the vault.
No,
But
for sure.
yeah.
Okay, that's actually, that's probably one of the lowest ones that we've got in a minute.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people say like 70, 80%.
So, and because this is the thing, right? Like, I honestly, like, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel in the sense of like, maybe it's probably just me. I probably need to open up a bit more to people. And like, I mean, if people want to ask me open-ended questions, like, go for it because I call it verbal vomit and it just keeps going.
Big yapper.
So, yeah, big yapper. When I get to know you at first. Initially, sometimes I can be like, it just depends. I'm a Gemini rising, so that's my excuse for like, some days I'll be like, whoa, and other days I'm like, nah, it's like two different versions of me. Anyway, I digress.
No, for sure. Okay, 50%. And how much of that percentage do you think you've shared in your music?
Oh my gosh, probably like 20. Not eight.
Wow.
Like, it's very, like, I don't think, like, I'm very, when I, like, my music is very, I like to kind of create like a persona sometimes. I think in Mumma Gave Me, there are like elements of that are more personal. This is probably the most personal song I've put out. But I definitely feel like, yeah, because I use music as that tool of escapism and like having the, like building myself up to be like this, like have this big ego, be strong and confident and like just, you know, trying to lift me up. I don't like to talk about things that might bring me down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it might be quite low. Like, this could be a very poor evaluation. I'm so not good at evaluations, but like I am very, like I want to make the people feel good.
Yeah.
Like, and make myself feel good at the same time. So it's probably like not a lot. Like, I mean, I do kind of want to try and give a little bit more of myself to the people.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want, please tell me. Let me know. But
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, hopefully through these next set of questions, we can get to know a bit more of that 50 or 20%. And what I've asked Annelise to do is do a little bit of homework. We're going to take it back to primary school days. Going to do a little bit of a show and tell. And she's brought a couple items with her. And if not, then hopefully at least a dope story. So let's kick that off. And my first question to you is, what is something that represents who you are as a person?
Oh, okay. So it's so funny because I wasn't, when you sent me this question for my homework,
Yes.
I was like, is this me as a person, me as a personal person or as an artist person?
Yeah.
And I feel like, shout out to some Ruu S Room alumni, Devora, the fire. I'm very fiery. I would have honestly used the fire too. I absolutely love fire. I will burn things for purity. I will always burn things for purity. And also to shout out to Gemma Navarrete, because the chili, number one, I'm a spicy gal. Very fiery. I am an Aries sign. And being a fellow Italian, it is a symbol that does fight off negative energy, evil spirits. So, anyway, but as an artist, I did bring my microphone.
Yes.
Because as a singer, singer by trade, it's my tool as an artist, and probably my favorite thing to do as an artist is to perform and be in rooms with so many different people and sharing my stories, my vocals, and just being able to feel the energy in the room. That's probably my favorite part about being an artist, is to actually be up on stage and really feel the vibe.
For sure,
of the
for
room.
sure.
Yeah.
Might be a tough question, but what is your most standout performance?
Honestly, I know it's only recent, and it was a very intimate gig.
Yeah.
But I was on a lineup for Breaking Sound back in March, and we performed at the Lansdowne.
Yep.
And it was an intimate crowd.
Yep.
Because your girl hadn't. That's probably my first like proper live gig of the year, I think.
Yep.
And it was all unreleased music, and it was actually the first time I performed Mumma Gave Me, and my mum was there. And mind you, my mum doesn't come to gigs.
No.
There is a reason, and I'm
it's
going to
so funny.
leave it at that, because there are people who might watch this video.
Continue. Continue.
I love that. But yeah, like even from the first track, like everyone was, we vibed, we cried. There were moments, I even cried when I performed Mumma Gave Me in front of my mum for the first time. Totally got into my head. I don't think I've ever cried while on stage.
No, not to my recollection.
No, and we've been on stage together
A lot of
multiple
times.
times. Yeah, and it was just, I don't know what it was about that show, but we were just, the energy in the room was unmatched. And I just felt like everyone kind of went on this roller coaster with me of like highs, lows, and everyone was just really
They
feeling.
were feeding off you a lot. And, you know, AJ, shout out to AJ, was like, you know, really like, behind the decks.
And we really had some amazing conversations about how we can make the live show amazing with even with like minimal budget. Like I don't have a budget for a live band or like even just like dancers and that kind of stuff, but like I wanted to create a live show that gives elements of that. Like we added like little guitar solos here and there, and you know, we like added effects on stage and that kind of stuff, like stuff that like I couldn't do on my own. And it really did lift the performance. And shout out to AJ, he's like phenomenal. He's,
DJ Ironing Board.
Yeah. He's got to come back out.
Yes,
he only came
facts.
out for one show. He's got to come out for more, please.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Okay, dope. No, I was in attendance for that one, and it was a very...
and shout out to you for like singing my lyrics word for word. You're a real one.
I mean, I've been in the half of your sessions, period. So, of course, I'm at home.
I appreciate that.
Got to support. All right, number 2. What is your favorite sentimental gift that you have received from someone?
Oh my gosh, that is a very good question. I couldn't bring it because I can't. It's not something that I can
Hold, like...
Well, I can hold it, yes.
But like,
God,
bring
did I
it
actually
outside
take
the house type thing?
Yeah, like it's got to stay inside. So, as much as I do hate men, I have an amazing partner. His name's Kian. Shout out to Kian. And I always give him so much shit. Like this poor guy, I don't know how he's still with me, to be honest with you. Like I just don't understand. But he must love me, I guess. But he doesn't buy me flowers. I always give him shit for it. He bought me this little eternal rose. It's like a little Beauty and the Beast rose where you just keep it in the glass, and the I'll show it to you too so you can see.
Yeah, nice.
And the petals will just eventually fall off. But apparently it's supposed to last for a year.
Okay.
So that's my little flower for the year. And I don't know, he's just like, the way he thinks about gifts too, like, I mean, and I kind of think about gifts like this too, like when I give gifts, like it's got to be sentimental or like something that I associate with you or that kind of stuff. Like, and he was like, oh, you know, I know that you love Disney a lot, and like this is like Beauty and the Beast vibes and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of sentimental gifts, but I think that one was really nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Do you feel like you're better at receiving or giving gifts?
Giving.
Definitely
giving. I don't know, sometimes I'm like, oh, like, is this for me? Like, I don't know. I'm definitely better at giving because I don't know what I want. Like, when people, like, you know, like my mum asked me, you know, what do you want for your birthday? Or, like, even Kiana asked me, what do you want for your birthday? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want. There's so much going on in life that I'm just like, I think, like, for me, I'm definitely better at giving because I'll, like, look at the person, I'll be like, okay, what do we share in common? What's maybe, like, what's, like, even if I want to have, like, or give a funny joke, a funny gift.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll do this because of this and it'll remind them of this. And like, it's definitely better at giving.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can you think of a favorite sentimental gift that you've given?
Ooh. Yeah, okay, this is another one to my partner because I, you know, like again, as much as I hate men, I'm actually like, actually love. So during, I think it was our first Valentine's together, I bought him this light. I don't have a photo. Oh, I probably do have a photo of it, but we'll be here forever if I scroll through my phone. And it was just this little wooden base.
Yeah.
And it was a photo of us that was like this, like, it was like a fiberglassy kind of material. It was like, kind of
I think I know what you're talking about.
transparent.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
just had like, our names on it. And I gave it to him. I said, I'm giving you this light because you're the light of my life.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
So
That's some sappy shit.
it is so sappy.
That's some cliche rom-com.
That's the cliche rom-com songs that you're wanting. That's I am doing that on the outside. Just my music doesn't do that.
You write those songs for a secret, and you save the F-men songs for the forefront.
For the people, yeah.
Yes.
That's what the people want. I'm joking. I don't know what the people want, but that's just what I'm going to give to the people for now. That might be a different arc in the future.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep moving. Number 3. What is the first album that you ever bought or received?
That is a very good question because, like, I've had such weird and wonderful music taste. Like, I know that, like, back when cars had, I don't know about receiving, but, like, I mean, I remember receiving Jonas Brothers CDs. I am a Joe Jonas girly, sorry, to anyone else who is or isn't. I don't know, I think it's probably, like, the earliest. Is it the earliest one, or did I receive, maybe it was Christina Aguilera, Back to Basics. I don't know, actually, because, like, a lot of the times Mum would just buy CDs and just, back when cars had CDs, she'd just put it in there and we'd have it on rotation. Like, she'd have The Emancipation of Mimi by Mariah Carey. That was I loved that album. We listened to that on repeat. Ashanti. I think that was just the single of, oh, God, what's that song? I should know.
Like one of the bigger ones?
Yeah, like her biggest one.
Always on Time? No.
Nah.
That's just, is that Ja Rule? That's Ja Rule.
I heard it while I'm with you. No, my heart can take no more. I keep on running back to you. I can't remember the name. That's so bad. I'm sorry. Love you, Ashanti. I'm so sorry. And congratulations on your pregnancy. I'm so bad with remembering. But yeah, honestly, I think, no,
Foolish.
actually, maybe it was, Foolish, that's the one. Thank you so much. I think maybe it was actually the Christina Aguilera one, Back to Basics. I don't know if I received it directly to me, or whether Mum actually bought it and it was one of the ones that we just put on rotation.
Yeah.
But she was actually, I know this is off the question, but she was actually the first concert I went to.
Christina Aguilera?
Yeah.
Right. How was that?
It was dope. Her voice is just as phenomenal as what it is on record.
When was that?
I'm going to say 2008. When did Back to Basics come out? Because it was that tour. I'm going to say it's 2008. I was young. I remember I was young. I actually think I wasn't even in high school at the time. So it might even be
2006.
2006. See, there we go. So it's probably like 2007 the tour was.
Ah, wow.
Ish.
Okay. I was in year 4 then, so.
Yeah, I would have been in year 5 then. Because that would make sense.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. And I know that you are a huge fan of early thousands R&B, late 90s, early 2000s R&B. If someone was to come out now, but they're in their prime, who would you go see?
Okay. I would probably say, this might, maybe, let's go Aaliyah for the opener. And it's either Mary J or Missy Elliott. Maybe Missy, because she was, I mean, I love her. I feel like she was such a pioneer during that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would love, all right, let's lock in Missy. I mean, I love like Destiny's Child and all that kind of stuff. There's so many, like I can't even pick.
Tough question.
Yeah. But if I had to really, it's definitely Missy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I kind of suspected you were going to go that way.
Yeah.
Aaliyah opening for, actually, no, that kind of makes sense. Aaliyah opening for Missy.
Because like they all both work with Timbaland, who is another one of my dream team, my dream list.
Sure.
But yeah.
Might have Missy and Timbo do like a collab performance. Yeah, why not?
That'd be dope.
All right, let's keep moving. Number 4, what is, well, I mean, we kind of answered this, but, you know, let's see if there's other ones. What is a moment from one of your favorite gigs and sessions?
Okay, so I feel like the gig one we've touched on, but let's go a session. Oh, God. You know, it's so funny, like, I feel like imposter syndrome, tall poppy syndrome, whatever. I don't know if they're two or one and the same, but I feel like that stuff.
I think it's imposter
Yeah,
syndrome.
I feel like that stuff was so prevalent. Like I know we did that conscious co-writing session,
The one
and
here?
there were the one
Yeah,
here. Yeah, so we had Elfresh Line, we had A Girl, we had
Jess
Jade, Gemma, and then I think it was
myself.
just yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was us two, and then I don't know,
And
like
Finbar was producing.
yeah, that's right. Finbar was pretty. Shout out to Finbar, he's so cool. But yeah, and I sat here and I was like watching, especially like because Gemma's a phenomenal top liner in her own right, like her and an artist, like her music's phenomenal, and Angel's like off the dome wild, and Jess is also, and I know that Jess and I had this conversation, like we're in the room and I kind of felt like I was a bit out of place, but like towards the end of it, I kind of felt like I did belong. But I think a lot, that's just my confidence really. But it was definitely a beautiful experience to be able to be in a co-writing session like that.
Yeah.
And to be able to like, be like, oh no, like you're actually good at writing. Or like you can give like good ideas and you can like contribute. You're not just like a little plant in the corner. It's just chilling.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, you know, I feel like a lot of us learned a lot that session. Like I think it brought Jess out of her comfort zone. With when she was like, I don't really, you know, do these type of writing sessions, and then we're like, okay, well, the song's for you, kind of inadvertently. You know, it taught it made me and Fresh look at each other and be like, yo, this could be the start of something type thing. And then, yeah, like you said, you know, it's just you take a step back and you look at all these amazing artists, singers, and be like, go, note taking, let me jump in here, let me add a harmony there, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just something about, you know, getting together when it comes to writing sessions with like that, and, you know, just being like, hey, what do you think of this idea? Hey, what do you think of that idea? Like, I had a session with Gemma and Bray, Boy Soda, like not long before that. And I don't, as a rapper, naturally, I don't really write with people. But because I knew I wanted to do some more sung stuff on that song, that I was like, no, I need some top liners and some guys who understand that. But just the energy period, I'm like, no, I need to do this more. So, no, I totally get what you mean. No, for sure. And finally, number 5. What is something that represents your dreams and aspirations within your field?
Okay, now I tried to find this today, but in the music video, I almost popped my shoulder out, so I can't lift or pick things up. But it's just, I guess it's just a reminder that I am still on the right path. So back in the day, when I was in year 6, this was back in 2008, I think. We had our little, you know, year 6 farewell. We got our little yearbook.
Yeah.
And I so would have wanted to bring it here. You could have seen little Annelise, would have been so cute. But anyway, and it asked, or there was a question in there that asked, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And I said, recording artist.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I love those type of things because, you know, I mean, I watch a lot of sport and like, just use a most recent example. There's a college player, or she's not college, she's in the WNBA now, called Caitlin Clark, who is like the next up, like next best player in the world in the women's game.
Yeah.
And it had like her like young, like make it to the WNBA, be da 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 da. So I love when it's like that manifestation type situations where you write it at such a young age and it starts to happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, tell me more about, you know, I mean, I guess if you can try and reach as far back as that, but what your mindset was when you wrote that, and, you know, what you envisioned would be happening and stuff like that. Because, you know, obviously when you're in year 6, you have this grand view of everything, but yeah, try and tap back into that. Where do you think you were and what you envisioned?
Yeah. So, I mean, oh God, like in primary school, like like you said, your brain just goes, you just got all these ideas, and obviously probably that was after seeing Christina Aguilera perform, like in a, I can't remember what Kudos Bank Arena used to be called. It used to be, was it All Phones Arena? Maybe back then? I don't know. It's changed a couple of times, but like seeing her perform in that kind of scale. And at that point in year 6, Mum actually found out that I could sing. I was in choirs during primary
Sydney
school.
Superdome.
Sydney Superdome.
Wow.
Wow, God.
That's a throwback.
Jeez. Yeah, so back in primary school, I started in choir. And Mum was like, oh, yeah, it's just something that she's doing.
Yep.
And then I got an opportunity to do, I didn't get the solo because the choir teacher from my school and the choir teacher from another school were fighting. And they're like, well, these two girls from each school can just do a duet together.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no worries. And then, so yeah, Mum actually watched me do this duet and she goes, oh, you weren't lying when you said you could sing. I'm like, yeah, no, I wasn't, but thanks, Mum.
So talent,
yes. And I think seeing and just listening to a lot of the late 90s, early 2000s, just and a lot of music too, especially like Michael Jackson and Beyonce and that kind of stuff. I just loved it so much, and it gave me so much joy and so much life. And then seeing how theatrical, the lights and everything that goes into a show when you're at that scale.
Yeah.
I was like, this is amazing, and this is definitely something I want to do. So, yeah, but I don't know how I figured out in year 6 what recording was, though. I feel that's so random.
True.
But yeah.
True. What's one fantastical thing that you probably thought that you would be doing now that you're like, oh no, that's definitely not what's the reality now that you're actually doing it? Even if you can't think exactly,
honestly,
what do you think?
Do you want to laugh? Prior to me going to JMC, I didn't write songs. I honestly thought I was going to get a ghostwriter and get them to write all my music for me, and I would just sing it. And then after I went to JMC and I actually figured out how you made music.
Yep.
And how to make money, or one of the ways to make money in music. I was like, no, I actually need to write. I don't know if that's super wild, but yeah, I honestly thought when I was coming through high school, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just get someone to write my songs. And it's probably because I wasn't confident in songwriting. I just felt what I was writing, the little bits and things I was writing was little cringe, or it just wasn't I just didn't like it as much as what I thought I would. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get a ghostwriter. It's cool. I'll just get in rooms and I'll just let my voice do the talking. I kind of still do that anyway. I do like to let my voice do the talking, but I honestly thought that I would just have a ghostwriter, but we're not all about ghostwriters. R.I.P. Drake. Anyway,
Okay.
Shout out K-Dot. This beef has been awesome. Sorry. I
goodness.
just had to put that in there. It's been
true.
wild.
That's true. But no, I feel you. I feel you. And yeah, because you said, you might laugh, and I don't laugh because I was there when, again, me and you met in the suits, and I'm like, do you write your own music? And you're like, no, not really. I'm like, or do you record? Do you have you written recorded anything? She says, no, not really. So I'm like, we need to work on something. Get you in a booth right now.
Yeah, because
what are you going through? A breakup? Bet. Write about it.
Yeah.
Everything. So, yeah. Okay. Dope. All right. I got one more question for you, but before we get to that, it's my favorite part. It's game time. And what I'm going to get Annelise to do is to build her ultimate collab track. So the rules is it is 4 artists on the track, including yourself. So that you're going to choose one producer and one videographer, and they are all artists from the scene, local artists.
Okay. God, this is so hard, but because there's so many people that I would want to work with. But I'm going to shoot my shot, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a work with me. So artists, I'm going to say Lara Ndalo. And I say that because not only can she sing, she can dance. And I can dance. We could have the most incredible, it could be a step-up dance battle. It could be an absolute, the choreography could be insane. I'm no Bren Street dancer. I know that she she's phenomenal like that. I'm no Bren Street dancer, but I can dance. So, and you will see that in the music video. Anyway, definitely Lara Ndalo, absolutely loving what she's doing. Tokyo Vendetta.
Interesting. Okay.
I just feel like, I just love her flow, and I love, like, she just gives off bad bitch energy, and I need some Tokyo Vendetta in my
Okay.
life. Oh, third artist. Let's go Bray, Boy Soda.
Ooh, okay.
I met Bray at a jam night called Sultry and Sample at Alcatraz, I think that's the place. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so funny that night. I know we're supposed to be answering questions, but I always, like, I've got ADHD, I swear. I just digress all the time.
Story time.
But that night, I went there, and I wanted to get up after a couple of tequilas because I had the confidence to do so. And, like, I mean, Sultry and Sample, it's a great night for artists, like, just to do their thing. Like, it's kind of a bit more exclusive to artists in a sense that, like, you have to be, like, musically inclined to get up. Like, not everyone can just get up.
No, for sure.
And so, you know, I went up to Dre, who was the host for the night.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to figure out how to get on stage, and I was like, look, man, like, what do I need to do to get on this stage? Like, you know, he's like, oh, like, all I was like, I just want to do some covers over these things or whatever. Like, it was gonna be chill. And then he was like, oh, so, like, can you, like, sing over what the band's playing? I was like, yeah, no worries, can do that. And he goes, oh, so are you a singer by trade? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, no worries. So, yeah, get up there, do my little comedy spiel for like 30 seconds, and then absolutely belted out whatever the hell I sang.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to get up on the table. But yeah, met Bray that night. Bray witnessed that interesting. I mean, it was good. Like, I absolutely smashed it. And he's just, like, super dope.
No, for sure. Beautiful
But
guy.
yeah, so that was random story. So we've got 3 artists.
Yep.
Great. God, producers.
Producer.
Oh, there's so many. And because, like, I'm such an advocate, like, I want to work with more women, non-binary people within the scene. I don't know, but then also too, like, it's between Patience and Solly.
Ooh, interesting. Why don't we do both?
Can we? Can
Yeah.
I break the rules?
Yeah, break the rule.
Thank God for that.
So many people have broken the rules. They're just like, fuck it, let me just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can put Patience and Solly in the same room.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
It would be. And I know he is an artist, but I don't know if... Oh, no, he's a director, isn't he? Okay, he was not a videographer.
I mean, you know, people say direct. Like, I just say, what do I say? Videographer. But videographer, it's director. It's just someone in film.
I would love to actually have Zion Garcia do a video clip as a director.
Okay.
Just because I feel like his brain, film-wise, is phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I would love to work with Zion as an artist too, but, like, yeah, his brain within the film, and because like, he loves film.
Yeah.
So I would love to, like, pick his brain and
For sure.
work with him in that sense.
I think you might have just changed the question. I think you might have just helped
actually?
fix the question, like
Really?
the game. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
wow, I'm such a child.
Director, Zion, but then who would be the DOP, the video, like the actual person
the actual
holding
video.
the camera?
Oh God.
Because that is two different.
It is two
Yeah.
different things. That's what I mean. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I used the term right, Jesse. DOP. Yeah. Yes.
I love that. We're learning new things. It's so good. You know what? I'll have to say. See, I'm not so familiar. The only, or maybe. What's her name? She did a video for. Yeah, no, can't think. So that person's off the list. Maybe Maxed Out Films is cool. I don't know who the person is. I don't know. I'm so bad with names. But Maxed Out Films.
Okay.
What's super dope? Dennis? Hey, Dennis. He's the one.
Bet. All right. So we have yourself, Lara and Darla, Tokyo Vendetta, Boy Soda over a Solly Patience beat with the video directed by Zion Garcia and shot by Maxed Out Films. And what kind of song are we doing? It's a late 90s, early 2000s song. No, actually, what are we doing? And what's happening in the video?
Oh my gosh, it really just depends because everyone's so different. I mean, what's happening in the video?
Yep.
Dancing at
Okay.
least, like hip hop, like crazy. Like I mean, I'm no Periscopal choreographer, but I feel like we could have that level of choreography
Yep.
with Lara in the mix, and Lara's Angels because they were phenomenal. Didn't go to Sold Out, but I did see them on her socials and they were great. Oh God, because what do we talk about? You know, like, honestly, just. I would be gunning for like a 90s, early 2000s kind of vibe, but everyone's so different. Like it could really honestly
could go
be
anywhere.
anything.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if that comes to life. Let's see if that happens. Nah, for sure. For sure. All right. We got one more question before we get out of here. What is a personal moment that stands out to you that has impacted your music in a certain way?
Are we really gonna? Okay.
If you want to go there,
All right.
totally up to you.
Make sure you have your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, it's like I feel like, and no shots to anyone's father, but I know that going through life, having within a broken ethnic household, has been funky. And my relationship with my dad is not the greatest. I used to be a daddy's girl. I used to be when I was younger. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. And we don't really have that close a relationship anymore. And just going through, I know, and look, people might call me biased because I live with my mum and I've spent a lot of time with my mum because she's always been there. But I feel like going through life, watching how the relationship has kind of gone with my parents and how my dad has kind of responded and reacted to that. I feel like that's definitely fueled. I mean, it's become a part of who I am and why I am the way I am now.
Yeah.
It also helps when the alpha males of the world like to say stupid things. That also fuels my fire to write the music that I do. But definitely the way that my relationship with my dad has kind of
Yeah.
gone through life. I think that's definitely the main factor of how I am
For sure.
and how my, I guess, music comes out
Yeah.
to people.
Do you think it's a situation where, you know, you went through some tough shit that kind of amped you up to write in a bit more of a... I mean, I know that, you know, you like to promote your independent woman thing a lot, and it's like because you've gone through that, as well as, you know, past relationships that, you know, I've witnessed as well.
Sorry.
Nah, for sure.
Shouldn't laugh, but that's just
No,
a
it
trauma
is funny.
response.
There are a lot of funny. It's funny, but it's not. But it
You
is
had
funny.
to be there.
Yeah.
If you were there, it wasn't funny.
No.
But then it is funny now when you look
Yeah,
back
when you
on
look
it.
back, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But because you've gone through that stuff, you're kind of using that. I don't want to use trauma because trauma is such a broad term.
It is, isn't it? I
I
agree.
feel like it's so overused
I think so
nowadays.
too.
But just for the lack of a better term, trauma, and you've used that to like amp yourself up and like really put the battery in your back for the music that you write.
Yeah, and because like especially with like Queen back then, like
Yeah.
I came out, as you know, I came out of a almost 3 year narcissistic relationship, and I pretty much almost settled for this person.
Yeah.
And like I honestly felt like that was all that was good for me, and I was like, no, I need to write a song
Yeah.
that makes me feel like I want to run someone over with a car, or
Yeah.
that gives me the confidence to be like, no, I am that girl.
Yeah.
I am, you know, I'm not gonna just, you know, be in the shadows or
Yeah.
whatnot. It was kind of like my little anthem to like kind of get me out of bed in the morning.
For sure.
So, and that's definitely something that's kind of helped me spur the music that I want to, that I've been writing and going to release.
Yeah, no, for sure. And just to bring it, you know, all the way around from how we started this, it's, you know, funny that you say that because, you know, you got Queen out, you got, you know, that the whole EP, No Feelings EP, and, you know, your other songs, and, you know, a lot of that is very much rooted in, like, what do you say, like, kind of like, bounce back or fight, not fight, or kind of fight back type response, like a fight or flight type response. More so the fight response. But then you look at Mumma Gave Me, and I think it's probably your first release where you're actually probably touching into more softer, like thankful emotions rather than combative emotions. So, you know, it's interesting that, you know, you started there, but now, and then you went through that hiatus, and now the first song coming out of that hiatus is a lot softer. I'm not saying that you don't have those songs in the vault, because you do. But yeah, that it's come all the way around to be like, it started with, you know, family, familial father issues that went into relationship stuff, that went into taking a break from music, or the music that you put out into taking a break from music, and then now these new experiences, now that the stress and the worry is for the most part shedded, and you know, now you got Mumma Gave Me, which is again an anthem and an appreciation rather than a FU type song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, definitely, like on the project that I am working on, which this song will be a part of, like, yes, I still do have those combative tracks in there, but I feel like there is a lot more depth, because I feel like I've grown during that hiatus. And like, I've really worked out what I want to say and how I want to say it, and like when to kind of, I think like at the time that I released Queen, like if I did keep releasing, it would have just been hit, like combat, and not thinking, okay, how can I approach this in different ways? Like, because life's not just about constantly combating all the time. Like, obviously there's levels to combating at times, but like I wanted to give the same that I was giving through those combative songs, but also tapping into some vulnerability, because I feel like people need that.
Yeah.
They need to see that it's all right to be vulnerable, because I feel like I definitely took some, like, it can be hard for me to be vulnerable. And I think that's just, again, being an eldest child and not actually, it's potentially not tapping into my emotions enough. And it's not that I was ever emotionally unavailable or anything like that, but I feel like it's just something I didn't want to seem like soft, and I didn't want to seem like I wasn't strong enough, so I would just not deal with that. But I feel like now I've matured in a way that allows me to not only have those combat songs, those fight songs, but also kind of adds that little bit of sensitivity, vulnerability, just a bit of colour to what I'm trying to what I'm trying to say.
For sure. And you know, it's only the journey that takes you, maturity, just going through the years, and you know, taking a step back and being like, okay, cool, and now approaching things in different ways. But dope. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a minute in the making, and we finally got the trilogy of the Conscious Artists now out. Make sure you go check out the Gemma and the Zion interviews as well. But anyway, that to the side, here's where I let you tell what is going on, and what is happening, and what is out, and what's, in your life.
All right. Well, ladies, gents, cool cats, and all the rest. Make sure you go stream Mumma Gave Me. It's on all DSPs right now. And make sure you follow me, Annelise.muso, on Instagram, and on TikTok, it's Annelise._official, to keep updated with future releases and projects, because we have been working hard. Anyway, thank you so much for having me, fam. I appreciate you.
That's okay. That's okay. You will listen to Ruu Room. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid. Annelise. Catch you next time. Peace.